degrees. The following is a flood watch for the following areas in California: Bakersfield, Buena Vista, Buffalo, Lost Hills, High-Five, Carruthers, San Joaquin, Selma, Coalinga, Avenal, Delano, Wasco, Shafter, Fraser Mountain Communities, Fresno, Clovis, Fresno, Tulare, Foothills, Fresno, Tulare, Lower Sierra, Grapevine, Hanford, Corcoran, Lemoore, Kern River Valley, Los Banos, Dos Palos, Mariposa Madera Foothills, Mariposa Madera Lower Sierra, Merced, Madera, Bendota, Planada, La Grande, Snelling, San Joaquin River Canyon, Segoyo National Park, south end of the Lower Sierra, south end San Joaquin Valley, south end Sierra Foothills, southeast San Joaquin Valley, Tehachapi, Visalia, Porterville, Reedley, West Side Mountains north of 198, West Side Mountains south of 198, West Side of Fresno and Kings Counties and Yosemite Valley. Issued at 12:41 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Flood watch remains in effect from Saturday morning through Sunday morning. Flooding caused by excessive rainfall continues to be possible. Where a portion of central California, including the following areas: Bakersfield, Buena Vista, Buffalo, Lost Hills, High-Five, Carruthers, San Joaquin, Selma, Coalinga, Avenal, Delano, Wasco, Shafter, Fraser Mountain Communities, Fresno, Clovis, Fresno, Tulare, Foothills, Fresno, Tulare, Lower Sierra, Grapevine, Hanford, Corcoran, Lemoore.
All right, guys, what is going on, everybody? And happy weekend, I guess you can call it, to everybody out there. Hope everyone is doing all right on this fine evening. Hope you guys are doing all right. Hope you had an amazing week. We got a lot of information for you guys because there has been two systems we are now watching across the country for portions of next week. There could be some impacts regarding snow, maybe the possibility for some more severe storms, in which we are going to be talking about. So we're going to go ahead and keep that in the looks here. Anyways, my friends, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. Hope you're doing good. Just to take a quick peek of what's going on at the moment. We have a bit of precipitation across the west. When are we not seeing this? California is getting blasted yet again by more rainfall across the areas for some snowfall for those upper levels. But, I mean, other than that, guys, I mean, it's pretty much quiet across a lot of the country, especially the central portion here. Let's go ahead and see here. Hope everyone's doing all right. Let's see who's here for today. We have Crystal, we have Caden, we have Mark, we have Megan, we have Liam, we have Julie. Let's see here. We have Theodore. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing good. Once again, glad to have you guys here. Let's see, Zion's here. What's up, everybody? Hope you're doing all right. So, as mentioned before, we got ourselves a few systems we do need to keep an eye out here for. Once again, here's the current radar view. It appears that there's a bit of snow shower activity starting to grow across like the Ohio Valley region. Let's go ahead and actually move this camera view up a little bit so you can actually see all that white there, you guys, between like Ohio. Go ahead and pause this in the latest frame. Portions of Ohio, western Pennsylvania, portions of West Virginia here, portions of eastern Kentucky, even in the portions here of Tennessee. So, looks like we're seeing a little bit of snowfall for these areas. Now, obviously, nothing too crazy can be expected out of this. Just a little bit of moisture moving through. Nothing too crazy. We just seen a cold front move through the country. Pretty interesting to see. I actually got some weather data on that one today, or this morning, which was definitely pretty interesting to see. Anyways, you guys, like I said, we're here for a reason, and we got to talk about these upcoming systems. So let's just go ahead and jump right to the chase here. So we're going to start off with the American GFS. This is the latest information regarding the models here. Let's see here. Proxy with a $30 super chat. Thank you so much there, Proxy. Really appreciate it. Saying good evening, everyone. Good to be here. Good to have you here, Proxy. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Super nice of you, as always. Huge shout out goes to you, Proxy. Big thank you. So we track our way down here in time. So as we can see across the west for basically portions here, tomorrow being the 14th, we are going to see yet again another round of moisture to move its way across portions of California. Low pressure system sweeping the northwest here. This is bad. I mean, seriously, this is bringing a lot more flooding potential, a lot more heavy snowfall for those upper elevations. I mean, there is going to be feet more of snow for these regions. It's just ridiculous. I mean, they've been in this pattern where they've been constantly being battered left and right by these systems here. Just a bunch of moisture here. from an atmospheric river. I mean, we just have seriously a whole bunch of systems just moving through the region. Anyways, so we track our way down for tomorrow. We got ourselves a system happening for basically tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, driving some more heavy snow across those upper elevations, bringing some rain across California overall. All of that moisture will track its way here into the central country, where a new low-pressure system will develop here for the 16th, kind of the late 15th into the early 16th. Now, there is a little bit of possibilities that we could see maybe a bit of snow out of this first system. This is number 1 out of 2. Okay, so the first one, according to the GFS, could drive some snow towards Nebraska, maybe South Dakota, maybe Minnesota, Wisconsin, and that's about it. Now, regarding anything with storms and activity like that, I really don't think that this first system is going to really have that potential in it. At least it's not showing up yet. So, not concerned about it. So that's there for the 16th and 17th. Now we have another system right after that, developing across portions of the Central Plains into the Midwest and kicking through. Now the latest GFS model has died down a lot of activity here, but we're going to take a look at the European model here in a moment. You'll see exactly what we're talking about. There is a bit of consistency. This one could drive some snow through like Kansas, portions here of Missouri, maybe even more down into the Ohio Valley, eventually reaching up here in the Northeast. Could be delivering a bit of activity, a bit of snowfall for these areas. So obviously the north has got to watch out for some snow. Same thing for the Ohio Valley. Potentially could deal with a little bit of that and everything like that. So like I said, we're just in a very active pattern regarding tons of shots of moisture across the west to continue driving through California. Once again, seriously, it is absolutely just nasty out there. Like I said, we're in a very, very, very gross pattern. Now we switch over to the European model. Now this is the ECMWF. This is the European. We're just taking a look at the GFS. The reason we're taking a look here at this one now is to compare both of the models we are looking at. Obviously, we can look for similarities and differences, and the similarities obviously is a better chance of happening. So, first of all, track way down in time. Once again, across California, unfortunately, still gets battered by a lot of precipitation here for portions of later on tomorrow. All that precipitation will track its way here to the central country, maybe actually delivering maybe a little bit more snow out of this first system for Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, maybe portions of Wisconsin here. Once again, cold front does not really look like it's going to be strong enough to actually, to actually produce anything worth concern. But as we track our way down here for the secondary system, you can see this one looks far more aggressive. And honestly, this looks like... this looks like it's in a little bit of a concerning state here. Maybe delivering a decent amount of snowfall here for portions of Kansas, Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, maybe portions of Michigan. And this one has a lot more of a stronger cold front on the back of that here, which is pretty crazy. Julie says, so El Nino or El Nina. Okay, first of all, it's not a El Nina, it's a La Nina. And we are in a current La Nina state right now. We're actually in a pretty moderate La Nina, which I'll go ahead and show you right now here. I'll show you the current state we are if you guys are wondering. We'll go over here to the analysis tools. We'll take a look here at the ocean analysis. I'm going to blow this screen up here for you. There you go. So, Nino 3.4 index. You can see how we are below that 0 degree line, or that 0 line. So basically anything under 0 is pretty much, or really anything under negative 0.5 is considered quote-unquote La Nina. Above 0.5 is considered El Nino. And we are far below, we're actually now into that 1. Actually, the current value is at negative 1.3, or 1.038, which I wish there was a better way I could show you. Maybe if I go over here. There you go. There you go. You can see the latest value right here on this screen. See right there, latest value, negative 1.038. So we are indeed now in we have been in La Nina state. So now the forecast models, regarding what's going to happen down in time with that, that La Nina state, it looks like it's going to be increasing to more of a neutral state by spring, in which we are. That's going to obviously have a lot of different impacts here across the country. So we are seeing a big pattern shift here. Hack says the snow is just about over my son's head in Mammoth, California. Yeah, unfortunately, pretty sad. Moonlight says 2023 starting off with banging worse storms coming at for sure. Yeah, it is. It's definitely a little concerning. That's kind of an understated word there. Because, like I said, I mean, the patterns were in here, y'all. I mean, it's just constantly one after another. Like I said, I don't like to take models too far here, but like I said, I mean, this is actually in a pretty close standpoint. I mean, both of these systems is expected to move through until the 19th, so that's realistically only about 6 days, and that has been a concern, or this has been a trend in the last model runs between the GFS and the European models. So there's obviously a bit of agreement going on here. The next thing we're going to do here, I'm going to switch over to the the instability side of things. This is what we look to see for thunderstorm activity. So the first system moves through, maybe bringing a little bit of limited instability, but that second one that moves through, you know what? Like I said, that secondary system, kind of proportions of like the 18th into the 19th here. I kind of think, from what it looks like now, there might just be enough energy in the atmosphere to fire off some more thunderstorms, and perhaps severe thunderstorms here. Lower level jet here. Nothing too crazy, but once again, this is still early talk in the model, so obviously I'm not going to count on anything quite yet. The first system has a lot of shear, but the second system, it has a lot of energy. So I really think that this secondary system could have some potential on it. I really do. Let's see here. When it comes to basically that secondary system there, or the ECMWF model, this one shows a very strong lower level jet, which if that's in place, that could show some activity regarding potential tornadoes down in time. But still a little too early on that topic, perhaps, but it's just a little concerning, if you ask me, to see, between what these models have been saying here over the last little bit. Once again, we take a look here back at GFS. We're going to switch over here back to the surface view, and like I said, those dew points have to be in the 60s, which you can see. I mean, there might just be enough energy in the atmosphere out of both of these systems to potentially cause storms across the south, but that first system that's expected to potentially move through for basically portions of the 15th and the 16th, I don't think that's going to have enough oomph in it to kick off severe thunderstorms. At least as from what I'm seeing right now. Like I said, between what the models have been saying here, there's only a limited amount of energy that's in the atmosphere with this first system. But as that second system moves through, this one has a little bit more potential on it. In which we are indeed going to be watching out for. It looks like we are at an increasing activity for thunderstorms across the south. And while we're on that topic, actually, I want to go ahead and show you guys here the Climate Prediction Center's outlook. We just recently got a new one of these here. So pretty interesting to look at this. So this is basically the temperature forecast over the next 1 to 2 weeks. So from this week into next week here. Let's go ahead and bring up my pen here for y'all so I can actually draw on the screen. Pretty interesting, honestly. Across the southwest, conditions are expected to be pretty much well below average, as you can see there in the blues. So the blues are showing below average temperatures expected from later on this week into next week, which is crazy. This week obviously is ending, so I'm talking about next week, basically, and the following week after that. So across the southwest, it could get pretty chilly. Across the southeast, it's expected to be the complete opposite, maybe a little bit more warmer than normal. When it comes to precipitation and all kinds of things like that, once again, actually what's kind of interesting is conditions are expected, or they're forecasted to start drying out a little bit across the west, which that's great news. But that's after these next few waves move through. This is basically for, once again, next week. So it looks like that pattern is trying to end here, with all of that craziness in California. Eventually that's going to end, but then you see areas up north, how they start to turn green. That's where more precipitation is possible. So once again, that could lead to potentially more snow activity if the conditions are cool enough to allow for it, which there has been a few crossing low-pressure systems to sweep its way through the country that potentially could do such. Which is definitely a little bit interesting. Following week after that kind of shows the same thing. So I think we are starting to lose a lot of that moisture across the west, and I think we're going to start gaining a lot more storm potential across the central U.S. Once again, towards the central plains, really the northern and central plains here, Midwest region, Ohio Valley, Southeast, Mid-Atlantic, Tennessee Valley, Northeast regions. Those areas, honestly, is looking pretty interesting. and it does look like that is going to be the next big thing here. So, while we're on the topic here, let's go ahead and take a look here down in California. Like I said, California has been dealing with absolutely crazy conditions. As you can see here in the green, all of these green, this dark green, this is all flood watches. They've been constantly getting flood watches for the last several weeks, basically. At this point, it's basically been over the last few weeks. So we've had flood watches across the dark green, basically saying, okay, so flooding is possible. Conditions will be favorable for flooding. So that means just to watch out, keep an eye out for possible flood warnings, and once you move into those lime green areas, that is where flood warnings are in place, where flooding is expected or occurring across those regions. So pretty nuts. Across that pink for the upper elevations, you guessed it, that's winter storm warnings due to tons of snowfall moving in towards the regions here, which has been absolutely nuts. Something I really want to show you guys, which is probably going to blow you away. We take a look here at the observed precipitation over the last 7 days. Look at this. We've seen over 6 inches of rain across coastal Carolina here. We've seen over 6 inches of precipitation across the upper levels, which if you account for that, I'm pretty sure it's 1 inch of 1 inch of rain equals 10 inches of snow. So that's about 66 inches of snowfall that has fallen across some of these regions, which is multiple feet here, which is definitely a bit crazy. So just puts things into perspective here. When it comes to the forecast, like what we can expect here in the future across the regions, over the next 24 hours, that's how much more rain is expected. Unfortunately, some areas could see up to 4 inches. It's just nuts. Once again, it's just absolutely crazy. So we're going to have to watch out for it. I mean, look at this. Some areas here in the upper portions of California. We're going to switch down to Southern California here. You can kind of see how some of those areas, highlights in very bright yellow, almost white there. That is showing the grounds where nearly 60 inches is possible, according to the scale here. So that in itself is kind of a bit concerning. Here's also for more of the mountain ranges coming towards the central and northern portion, but locally we could see up to several feet of snow just out of this next 24 or next 48 hour accumulation, which is definitely not very good here. When it comes to snow over the next 24 hours, there is a possibility. Like I said, we did see a bit of snow towards like West Virginia have been occurring. We take a look here back at the radar view now. Taking a look here at what's going on at the moment. Like I said, we do have ourselves a bit of precipitation that is falling across the Ohio Valley. Once again, this blue and this white area, that is all snow that is currently kicking off across portions of the Ohio Valley, portions of the Tennessee Valley, Mid-Atlantic region. Starting to see a bit of, continuing to see a bit of snow shower activity. So obviously maybe a little bit of accumulation could be possible, towards those upper portions of West Virginia. We take a look here towards, let's take a look at the regional view here. You can see from portions of like the Blue Ridge, obviously right there in the Appalachian Mountains, right across central and eastern West Virginia, potentially could get maybe around 1 to 3 inches of snow, out of this system in the next 24 hours, or the next 48 hours, really. We have to take this to 24 hours. Yeah, so the majority of it's going to be happening within the next 24 hours. So that's that, my friends. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here at the moment. Like I said, things are definitely heating up across the country. Like I said, if you guys are just now joining us, obviously, first of all, welcome. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing great. Like I said, just please stay safe out there, y'all. That's all we ask for, is just to make sure you guys continue to be up to date with the weather. Like I said, we're here for you. We got you covered. We're always here, guys, in order to make sure you guys are ready to go, make sure you guys are safe and understanding, because obviously you guys being here is great for yourself and obviously help keeping up with the weather. I mean, who knows? It could turn south really bad for you if you're not even specifically in any of these regions we're talking about. Who knows? It could turn bad for you, and we could be here to help save you. So obviously we are here for you. Just always know that. Care about every single one of you guys. Seriously, you guys absolutely rock. So once again, thank you all so much. Like I said, we are seriously in a very active trend here with, like I said, once again, several low-pressure systems. I mean, we take a look here across the west. We'll switch over here towards like the North America view. And you can see, watch California. Once again, that's California right there. I just drew my yellow marker. That is California. So we track our way down here in time, and you could see basically how we are going to be seeing. I mean, multiple rounds. You got the first round moving through, second round moving through, third round, just constantly being battered across the west. And like I said, that's been an active pattern for the last 2 weeks. But like I said, at the end of this next coming up week, it appears that we are going to be seeing maybe a break for portions of California. High pressure will start to build in across the regions, as you can see there. That's good. However, that could deliver maybe some more storms for the central country. And like I said, once again, we looked at the Climate Prediction Center's outlook area, and we did see that there is, there is a bit of increased probability of precipitation here for this coming up week to the week after. A lot more precipitation across the green. So that is what we're looking at, and then the following week after that, potentially could be more precipitation across those green areas as well. So once again, I mean, things are definitely heating up here. Things are definitely kicking pretty strong. And like I said, this is just a new trend here. This is a new shift in the weather patterns, maybe delivering some more systems, maybe perhaps more snow towards the north. Maybe, who knows, maybe towards the east as well. That could be a thing. And like I said, right now we are watching out for two systems, as you guys probably have seen. Like I said, there's a few of them we're watching. Take a look here back at the models. We're going to go ahead and switch over here to right now. Like I said, we take a look here at the European model first. So we tracked our way down in time. First of all, we have this first wave move through California yet again tomorrow evening. That will develop a central low pressure here for basically portions of the late 15th, early 16th. So basically the day after tomorrow here, this will start to occur. And then, of course, this potentially could drive in a little bit of moisture, maybe some snowfall for the central northern plains region, maybe the upper Midwest towards like Wisconsin, northern Wisconsin, I should say. Perhaps could see a little bit of snow out of this. I'm going to have to go by saying a few thunderstorms across the south is possible, but nothing like we've seen over this last day or so. Nothing along severe boundaries. So there's not going to really be a tornado threat out of this one, but we could have a few rumbles of thunder. That's basically it. But this secondary system, like I said, there's the first system moves through. The second system, I'd say, has a lot better of a chance of having both more snow and both more severe weather here. This is for the 19th. Now, like I said, I don't like to go out too far, but the reason we're talking about this is because this has been popping up in the models here for the last while, actually. And like I said, a very strong cold front will be driving its way through the southeast potentially. We're going to have to watch out for that. And of course, look at that snow. That could be a problem. Obviously here towards like the Central Plains region, starting off towards Kansas, perhaps moving into portions of Iowa, maybe into Missouri, maybe more portions of northern Illinois. Now, just know this still can change. This is still going to be flexing a bit. Back and forth. It depends on where this low pressure system, first of all, is going to be. If it's more south, that drives more potential snow to the south. If it's more north, that drives potentially more snow to the north. Also, potentially more severe storms or more storm potential up here to the north as well. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. So it definitely looks like things are going to be favorable. Once again, we take a look here towards the surface. We take a look here towards the ground here when it comes to the dew points and stuff like that. Like I said, the dew points have to be in the 50s. I mean, really in the 60s is the best. First cold front moves through. First weak cold front moves through. Obviously driving the potential of those dew points up there, maybe some thunderstorms. But then we have a second line of advection throwing a lot more of those dew points, a lot more of that warmer moisture, or a lot more of that moisture up north, which might allow for potentially, first of all, more severe storms due to the amount of moisture that's there, and the amount of lift that's there, and the overall energy, the overall instability in the atmosphere is a lot higher with the secondary system for basically portions of the 18th into the 19th. So like I said, that's basically what we're looking at. That is indeed what we are actually seeing here. But like I said, we're going to keep you guys informed. We're going to make sure you guys are ready to go. The overall energy from the European model here actually has a little bit of amount here. You can actually see for the first system, maybe showing a little bit of energy. That's interesting. The GFS, I don't think, shows that. Let's see here. Well, it does, but not as much. Interesting. So maybe some more storm activity could drive a little bit further north. That's been interesting. That is, like I said, that is absolutely interesting. So, who knows? That's just something we're going to have to take in the next few days. That's just something we're going to have to continue to keep an eye here for. Can I turn the weather radio down a little bit? Yeah, of course. There you go. Yeah, sorry, it was a little bit loud. But anyways, but like I said, guys, I mean, we're just going to have to keep an eye on it. Like I said, we're definitely in a shifting pattern here, to where more storms across the central country and the eastern country is going to be more likely. Once again, for the new people joining us, like I said, we take a look here at the Climate Prediction Center outlook here. We're going to switch over to that right now. Like I said, here for not the end of this week, but for next week and the following week after, we have a lot of green for the north and the east, as you can see here. All across the north, the northern plains, central plains even, that is showing the potential of more storm activity. Perhaps maybe some more snowstorms. Perhaps maybe some more winter precipitation, overall things like that. Then we track that a week further for the week after next. We have this as well. So obviously, increased precipitation is there. Finally, like I said, from the Climate Prediction Center, it looks like the western side here. Once again, obviously California. It looks like we're going to be finally moving out of this pattern here for the following week after. So we're definitely going to keep on watching that. But like I said, here in the immediate range, regarding things right now, like I said, I mean, we have another system moving through here for tomorrow, as you can actually see. I mean, we're going to really start to see a lot of that rain move in towards like 5 o'clock p.m. tomorrow. Start to really drive through, allowing for some heavy snowfall, across those upper elevations yet again, which is definitely pretty crazy. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it, my friends. We'll definitely be watching out for it. But yeah, let's see here. What is the capital of Nebraska? What is it, Omaha? Maybe? I don't know. California's been getting hit hard. Yeah, that's an understatement. Like I said, we've had several inches. I mean, we've had over a half a foot. Like I said, we've seriously had over a half a foot of rain across a lot of areas here. Which, yeah, that is obviously way too much rain. We go from not seeing much rain at all to completely being dumped over. It's not good to introduce all of that rain at one point. And that's why this has seriously been a very big issue here. But that's what's going on there, y'all. But anyways, well, I don't really have much more to talk about. Like I said, we mostly covered everything on this live stream. So if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. It'd be greatly appreciated. We are rocking here towards 8,300 subscribers. We're getting close. So if you guys have not already, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Hit that subscribe button, my friends. We'll make sure you guys are always up to date. We'll make sure you guys are ready to go if there's any severe weather or if there's any change in weather towards your location. Guys, like I said, we got you covered. We care about every single one of y'all. Love all of you guys. And once again, I hope everyone stays safe out there with this new pattern change. Anyways, but that is going to wrap it up here for tonight. Once again, big shout out goes to Proxy for the super chat today. Thank you so much there, Proxy. Can you provide some details on what northeastern Ohio might expect? Sure, we can look at that here really quickly. We switch over here towards the region. Like I said, in the immediate range as of right now, if you're wondering about any of that precipitation, a bit of snow shower activity obviously going to be possible. This is according to the GFS model. We'll take a look at the other models as well. We got a first system moving through like here for the 17th, maybe driving some rain, nothing more, nothing less. But that secondary system potentially could drive some more snow, which we'll have to watch out for. That one's still a little bit far out. That's for the 19th, about 6 days, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it. Let's see, Crystal here with $8 super chat. Thank you so much there, Crystal. Greatly appreciate it. You absolutely rock, my friend. So Proxy, just keep an eye on it. Starting off with some snow showers tonight. Then obviously here for the next system, nothing more than just some rain and all kinds of fun stuff like that. But that is going to go ahead and do it, my friends. All right, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. Harry Show says, what about Colorado? Okay, well, I got you real quickly. Before we head off here, I got you covered. Like I said, I care about y'all. I want you guys to be ready for this. So Colorado, obviously, here in the immediate range, probably going to be a little bit quiet here for a little bit, but here for the 15th, the day after tomorrow, western Colorado, for a lot of those upper levels, could see some snowfall. across the upper elevations and stuff like that. And as that low pressure system moves into Central Plains, that marking the first system, first system moving through the country first. But yeah, so watch out for possibly some snow showers for the upper elevations, not necessarily for the eastern. Doesn't appear so as of now. Once again, that's just for the upper levels. All right, my friends. Well, once again, if you like I said, if you have any questions when we're offline, like I said, feel free to tag me down in Discord. Like so, we have our Discord, we have our merchandise, stuff like that. Absolutely, really really cool stuff. In which I want to go ahead and show you guys here really quickly. I have to show you guys our cool stuff real quick. Here's the merch page. We got the 2023 edition stuff. If you guys want to check all of that out, highly recommended because it is some cool stuff and you'd be missing out not looking at it. Got some really, really neat stuff. I mean, look at that. Look at that patch on the right-hand side. I mean, we got it all, everybody. We got cool jackets. These are actually stitched, by the way. This is not like a flat logo. This is actually like woven. Kind of how my NWW16 shirt is. It's actually fabric, and there's actually texture to it. So, pretty cool stuff. If you would be interested in that, got some cool mugs. We got some cool other things. Got some coasters. We got some mouse pads. I expect to add more here and everything like that. So, has California got the rain they needed? Yeah, maybe a little too much rain than what they needed. Yeah, unfortunately. Hopefully everybody is okay out there. Things have been crazy. I know I keep on hopping back and forth between the ending. But last thing we're going to talk about here, once again, like I said, here for California, there's another round expected here for the 14th into the 15th here. Obviously for those upper levels, like I said, obviously heavy snowfall across the region, so we'll watch out for that here. And like I said, some very heavy rainfall. Once again, we have a lot of flood watches already in effect here. You can see across the dark green here, so we'll definitely have to watch out for it. All right, now for sure, guys, this one's ending this time. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us. You guys absolutely rock. Once again, thank you so much, everybody. You guys are the best. If you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. Like I said, leave a like if you guys did enjoy it as well. Like I said, if you guys want to check out our cool merchandise, it is linked down below in the description. Join our Discord, everything like that. You guys can hang out with us and stuff like that. Mackenzie says, when will Lower Michigan get some snow? Here's the thing, Mackenzie, I'm watching that secondary system we just talked about here a minute ago. You can go back in the live stream a little bit if you want to look for it. But there's a possibility that if trends continue, there could be some more activity towards portions of Michigan. So we'll watch out for that. That'll probably be for like later next week possibility here. Julie says, good night, Andrew. Good night, Julie. Thank you for joining us. Let's see here. Hack says, thank you, Drew. No problem. No problem at all, my friends. Like I said, I care for y'all. I really love y'all. And I want everyone to be aware. I want everyone to make sure you guys are ready to go. And like I said, we're going to be here for you. Absolutely. Once again, big shout out goes to Proxy and Crystal for their super chats today. You guys are the best. Thank you so much, y'all, for your continuous support. You guys absolutely rock. And thank every single one of you guys for joining us. And once again, everybody, we'll catch you all sometime here tomorrow, giving you some more updates on these systems. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining. Just going to wrap it up here for now. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your Friday night, and we'll catch you guys here for tomorrow. Peace out, my friends. Love y'all. See you tomorrow.
40% chance of rain. Highs in the mid-40s. Lows in the mid-30s. Wednesday and Wednesday night, mostly cloudy. A 20% chance of rain. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the mid-30s. Thursday and Thursday night, partly cloudy. Highs in the upper 40s. Lows in the mid-30s. Friday and Friday night, mostly clear. Highs in the lower 50s. Lows in the upper 30s. Now for the official National Weather Service forecast for the higher elevations of the Sierra Nevada tonight. Mostly cloudy. Snow showers likely early in the evening. Chance of rain showers overnight. Chance of snow showers overnight. Snow may be heavy at times early in the evening. Snow accumulation up to 13 inches. Near steady temperature in the upper 20s. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour with gusts to around 45 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation 70%. Saturday, breezy. Snow showers. Snow may be heavy at times. Snow accumulation up to 40 inches. Near steady temperature in the upper 20s. Southwest winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, increasing to 10 to 25 miles an hour in the afternoon. Gusts up to 50 miles an hour. Chance of snow near 100%. Saturday night, colder. Snow showers. Snow may be heavy at times. Snow accumulation up to 22 inches. Total snow accumulation up to 75 inches. Lows 12 to 26. West winds 10 to 20 miles an hour with gusts to around 50 miles an hour. Chance of snow near 100%. Sunday, mostly cloudy with a 50% chance of snow. Highs 19 to 33. Southwest winds 5 to 15 miles an hour with gusts to around 35 miles an hour. Sunday night, snow likely until midnight, then snow after midnight. Snow may be heavy at times. Heavy snow accumulations.